You didn't throw things away. I'm that old. Often comes from your own family background.
Did you know Queen Elizabeth II never actually wanted Camilla to be queen? That's not just a wild rumor, it's a bombshell revelation that reportedly came straight from Princess Anne herself. And the fallout from that statement has stirred up royal history like never before. This isn't just another tabloid headline. It's a story that peels back the polished curtain of the monarchy to reveal decades of secrets, betrayals, and calculated moves within the House of Windsor. When the Queen's only daughter says it's time to tell everything, you better believe there's a lot that hasn't been said until now. What follows is a twisted web of royal drama, secret deals made in shadows, personal vendettas masked by protocol, forbidden romances, and long-standing rivalries that could rival the plot of any Netflix series. From hidden motives behind Queen Camilla's crown to why Princess Kate may have been the Queen's true choice for the throne, this story is filled with layers most people never knew existed. So grab your tea, settle in, and prepare for a wild, emotional, jaw-dropping journey behind palace walls. Because once you hear what really happened, you won't see the royal family the same way again. The setting was quiet, remote, and far from public view. A private family summit at Balmoral Castle, the Queen's cherished Scottish retreat, became the stage for one of the most explosive moments in recent royal memory. During what was supposed to be a routine royal gathering, Princess Anne reportedly pulled Camilla aside and dropped a truth that shook her to the core. According to insiders, Anne told Camilla something she had never heard from a family member, at least not so directly. The late Queen Elizabeth, her own mother, had never truly wanted Camilla to be queen. In fact, the Queen had only reluctantly agreed to the idea under immense pressure from her son, then Prince Charles. And not only that, Anne alleged that Elizabeth had always preferred another woman for that future role, none other than Princess Kate. For Camilla, this wasn't just a personal insult, it was a dismantling of the narrative she had spent decades carefully constructing. After years of negative press, awkward introductions, and the long shadow of Princess Diana, Camilla had fought to rebrand herself as a respectable royal. But Anne's words cut through that image like a sword, and this wasn't all hearsay. Anne, known for her blunt honesty and disdain for PR spin, said it with conviction. She wasn't speculating. She was relaying a painful, pointed truth, a sentiment the Queen herself allegedly held onto until the very end. The road to Camilla's title as Queen Consort wasn't paved with public affection or royal destiny. It was built on backroom negotiations and scandal-laced leverage, and the architect of that plan? King Charles himself. At the time, Charles was facing a royal dilemma. He wanted the Queen's public blessing to name Camilla Queen Consort, but Elizabeth was hesitant. Public sentiment toward Camilla was still lukewarm at best. The memory of Princess Diana was too fresh, and many still saw Camilla as the other woman who had shattered the fairy tale. But then came an opportunity, one that involved Prince Andrew. As Andrew's ties to Jeffrey Epstein became international news, the royal family scrambled to manage the PR crisis. Charles saw his chance. According to palace sources, he proposed a deal to the Queen. If she agreed to publicly support Camilla's title during her Platinum Jubilee, he would take the reins in handling the Andrew scandal, quietly, efficiently, and far from the public eye. Faced with the threat of further disgrace to the monarchy, Queen Elizabeth relented. It was a strategic surrender, a sacrifice made for the greater stability of the crown. But for Camilla, it meant her crown came not from legacy, love, or tradition, but from royal blackmail. A title won through scandal, not approval, and the knowledge of that deal would haunt her, especially as whispers of the arrangement leaked through the royal grapevine. Princess Anne knew, and now, so did Camilla. Princess Anne has always been known as the no-nonsense royal. She rarely smiles for the cameras, avoids unnecessary public drama, and gets on with her royal duties with military precision. But behind that stoic exterior lies a woman who remembers everything. Her feud with Camilla didn't begin in 2005 when Charles married her. It began decades earlier in a much messier place, the 1970s. That's when both women found themselves romantically connected to the same man, Andrew Parker Bowles. Camilla was in a long-term relationship with Andrew, but during their courtship, Andrew had a secret affair with Princess Anne. Yes, the Queen's only daughter was romantically involved with Camilla's boyfriend, and when Anne discovered Andrew's unfaithfulness, it didn't just end the fling. It ignited a silent rivalry that would endure for decades. To make matters worse, Camilla soon began her own affair with Charles. Some royal biographers claim she did it not just for love, but as a calculated move to get back at Andrew. What followed was a tangled web of relationships, rumors, and betrayals that played out both privately and in the press. So when Anne told Camilla the Queen never wanted her as queen, that wasn't a dig, that was history resurfacing. When Charles and Camilla finally tied the knot in 2005, Queen Elizabeth issued a subtle yet powerful decree that spoke volumes. She made it official that Princess Anne would never have to curtsy to Camilla. In royal etiquette, curtsying is more than a sign of respect. It's a visible public acknowledgement of one's place in the hierarchy. For Anne to be given a lifelong exemption meant only one thing. The Queen knew her daughter wouldn't recognize Camilla's authority, and she didn't expect her to. It wasn't just Anne either. Princess Alexandra, another senior royal, reportedly joined Anne in her resistance, describing Camilla as an unpopular woman unworthy of such gestures. This decision exposed how deep the rift went within the royal family. Camilla may have had Charles's heart, but she didn't have the family's full respect. And no matter how many official titles she acquired, Anne refused to play pretend. The tension didn't end with Anne. It extended to the next generation, Prince William and Prince Harry. According to Harry's memoir Spare, he and William pleaded with Charles not to marry Camilla. They didn't trust her. They viewed her as a manipulator who leaked stories about them to the press and cultivated her public image at their expense. Harry went even further, comparing her to a wicked stepmother and accusing her of using royal insiders to improve her own standing. And while William never made such direct accusations publicly, he reportedly shared the same distrust. The brothers' deep love for their mother, Princess Diana, only intensified their disdain. In their eyes, Camilla represented everything that went wrong in their family. Eventually, William appeared to reach a sort of peace with her, largely thanks to Princess Kate's influence. But make no mistake, the road there was long and rocky. While Camilla struggled for decades to be accepted, another royal woman was embraced from the start, Kate Middleton. The late Queen Elizabeth took a special liking to Kate early on. In 2006, when Kate was still dating William, the Queen invited her to spend Christmas at Sandringham, a rare gesture never extended to other royal girlfriends. Kate respectfully declined, knowing royal protocol didn't allow such invitations for unmarried partners. That decision impressed the Queen even more. Over the years, Kate displayed all the qualities the Queen admired: discretion, composure, loyalty, and grace under pressure. She never leaked stories, she avoided scandal, and she became a unifying figure in a family often divided. Behind palace doors, it was no secret that Elizabeth saw Kate as the ideal future queen consort, and that admiration may have played a crucial role in how she viewed Camilla's position, always second best. As Kate's popularity soared, Camilla took notice, and not in a good way. According to royal biographer Christopher Anderson, Camilla resented Kate's growing influence and questioned her suitability for royal life. She reportedly saw Kate as too middle class, lacking the aristocratic pedigree she believed was essential for a future queen. Some insiders say Camilla actively tried to undermine her in the early days, discouraging Charles from supporting the relationship. But Kate remained calm. She never retaliated, and she slowly earned the nation's love and the Queen's confidence. In contrast, Camilla's road to acceptance remained bumpy. While public relations may have smoothed over their differences on the surface, deep down, there was always a subtle power struggle between the two royal women. And once again, Princess Anne saw through it all. In 2023, royal watchers were stunned to see Princess Anne and Queen Camilla appear side by side at a ceremony honoring Camilla's contributions to literacy. Anne, as Chancellor of the University of London, presented Camilla with an honorary doctorate. The moment was rich in symbolism, Camilla kneeling before Anne to receive the degree. It was a role reversal that caught everyone's attention. Was it a sign of genuine reconciliation, or just another well-crafted PR performance? Though they smiled for the cameras, insiders say their relationship remains cordial at best. There's mutual respect, but the old wounds, they haven't completely healed. And behind the public displays of unity, the royal chessboard remains in constant motion. Andrew Parker Bowles is often overlooked in royal discussions, but his role in this tangled saga is impossible to ignore. He was the man who dated both Princess Anne and Camilla, the man whose affair with Anne stirred decades of bitterness, the man who remained close to both women, even after marrying one and ending a romance with the other. He is godfather to Anne's daughter Zara, and Charles is godfather to his son with Camilla. Their families are deeply intertwined in ways few outside the palace understand. Some royal biographers believe Anne never fully got over Andrew. Even decades later, even after their marriages ended, he remained a constant presence in her life. And the fact that Camilla married him, and then later took Anne's brother as a husband, created a bizarre triangle, a story of love, betrayal, and proximity that may never fully resolve. Time has changed many things in the royal family. Marriages have ended, titles have shifted, public perception has evolved. Yet, some dynamics remain the same. Princess Anne, now a respected elder stateswoman, remains one of the few royals who speaks her mind without spin. And when she told Camilla the Queen never wanted her to be queen, it wasn't meant to stir drama. It was meant to set the record straight. Meanwhile, Camilla has fought to build a legacy of her own. From charity work to public appearances, she has tried to reshape her image from scandalous mistress to dutiful queen. And to her credit, she's had success. But looming in the wings is Princess Kate, poised, admired, and already viewed by many as the true modern face of the monarchy. Her resilience, especially in the wake of her recent health battles, has only strengthened public admiration. And as the monarchy prepares for its next chapter, one question lingers. Was the past ever truly buried? Because if it wasn't, if those past grudges still linger behind palace walls, then the next generation of royals is inheriting far more than just titles and castles. They're inheriting rivalries, resentments, and unresolved wounds that continue to shape every public appearance, every carefully worded statement, and every supposedly spontaneous smile. The tension between Camilla and Kate isn't just about who wears the crown. It's about legacy, identity, the battle for public favor in a world where optics matter more than ever. Camilla has spent years carefully curating her image, stepping into roles, championing causes, and softening her public persona. She supported domestic violence shelters, promoted literacy through her Queen's Reading Room, and stood beside Charles during some of the monarchy's most turbulent moments. And yet, no matter how many ribbons she cuts or speeches she gives, she continues to walk in the shadow of Diana, and now, in the glow of Kate. Meanwhile, Kate has quietly built her own empire, not of scandal, but of service. Her work in early childhood development has redefined what it means to be a modern royal. Her ability to connect with ordinary families, to speak without speaking down, and to balance tradition with authenticity has made her the monarchy's not-so-secret weapon. Even in moments of extreme personal hardship, like her recent cancer diagnosis, she's shown strength, composure, and sincerity that have only endeared her more deeply to the public. So, while Camilla may technically hold the title of queen, many eyes are already fixed on Kate. When she steps out, headlines follow. When she speaks, the nation listens. And when she smiles, it's not rehearsed, it's real. It's that genuine presence that makes people believe in the future of the monarchy. And that's what makes this moment so fascinating. Because behind the pageantry and press releases, there's a quiet but undeniable shift happening. The monarchy is evolving, and with that evolution comes a new kind of power struggle. Not over thrones, but over hearts. Over who truly represents the values the public wants in a royal leader. Camilla may have won the crown, but Kate, she's winning the people. And as we look ahead to the reigns to come, one can't help but wonder, when the history books are written, who will be remembered as the true queen of this era? So what do you think? Did Princess Anne cross a line? Was King Charles right to cut a deal with the Queen? And is Queen Camilla truly accepted by the royal family, or just tolerated? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your thoughts on this royal roller coaster. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update on the royal world. There's always more to uncover. Thanks for watching. Until next time.